We have new versions out for Naviate Structure and Rebar for Revit 23, 24 and 25. We have some exciting new features as well as improvements to some of our most used features. You can read more about these improvements on the release news on naviate.com. And now let's dive into some of those new features and improvements. Inside Naviate Structure, we have a new feature that helps you keep track of equal elements. You can analyze, number, and then if you do changes, you can do analyze again, and you will get notified if there's any changes. So inside Naviate Structure, we now have element detailing. To be able to use element detailing, you first have to go to Naviate Accelerate and create filters for all of the elements you want to be able to analyze inside of element detailing. So if I open element detailing, I can add my filters. I created filters for walls and columns. Let's start analyzing some walls. So this will be all my walls in my project now. And then I can configure how I want the analyze to work for my walls. So I can go to configuration. And in my element detailing configuration, we will have element detailing number, revision, and count as predefined parameters from us. Those can be changed if you want them to under number parameter and revision parameter. And here I can add my own parameters to the list. So I'm going to add length, what type of wall, and maybe the volume also. And if I want, I can also select one of these parameters to be inside of the compare analysis we do when I analyze all my objects. I can also export and import these element detail configuration settings. When I'm done, I press OK, and then I can analyze all of my walls in my project. I will have 6 different walls, and element detailing will analyze all of their geometry and tell me which of those walls are equal. So now I have 4 equal walls here, and 2 of these walls that are equal. And I can also number them, so I can give them a prefix and a start number. Then I can renumber the equal elements and save that to the elements. And it will be saved now in MV element detailing number. And I can see also the length and volume and type of these elements. So if I now go in and make a small change to one of the walls, so for example if I move one of the windows, these 2 walls will not be geometry equal anymore, and element detailing will recognize this. So when I go in here and analyze again, I'll see I have a new wall, and this is because they're not equal anymore. And if I want, of course, I can renumber them again and save that. I also have the option to do a revision. So if I want, I can also add a revision mark to this by assess a new revision and then save that. I can also, if it's not interesting, I can clear the revision warnings and also clear all warnings. Analyze, for example, beams in my project. I need to go and create my own filter. So under filter elements, I can go to all elements, select my structure framings, and maybe I only want to analyze my precast elements. So I will select them, save this as precast, And now when I go back to Naviate Structure and element detailing, I can add the precast. And here I can also do a configuration again for precast. So again, maybe I only want to add type. And I can analyze all of my precast beams in this case. See which of them are geometrically equal. And again, if I do a change in one of the elements and analyze again, element detailing will pick that up. Inside Naviate Rebar, we have two improvements. One is to be able to easier select the walls for a connection. So now I can select the wall corner, go to Naviate Rebar and connection, and it will start automatically, and I can go into my connection type for the wall corner and define the reinforcement and then apply. So this is just an easier way to access the reinforcement for wall corner. Then we also have made it easier to reinforce your openings. So if I select my opening and go to the opening reinforcement, we have now added the possibility to select if you want to have construction bars and main bars on your opening sides. And you can also easier select which opening side you want to work with. So I can hold Control to multi-select. So for example, maybe on the opening side 2 here, I don't want any reinforcement. And then on the other sides, I can select with Control and then define the reinforcement I want. And then apply that. So it's just an easier way of working with connection reinforcement for walls and reinforcement around openings.